In life, the idea of failure is often associated with fear and hesitation. We've been taught that failure is something to be avoided at all costs, that it's a stain on our personal and professional records. But what if failure wasn't the end of the road, but rather an important step toward success? What if we began to see failure as an integral part of the journey, as necessary to grow, innovate, and reach our full potential? This view is encapsulated in the concept of failing forward, an idea that has been embraced by some of the most successful individuals in history, including Nelson Mandela and many others who understood that risk is essential to living a purposeful and fulfilling life. Fear of failure and playing small. Nelson Mandela once said, "There is no passion found in playing small and settling for a life less than the one you are capable of." These words challenge the conventional approach of staying within our comfort zone and avoiding risks. Playing small, whether in our careers, relationships, or personal development, may feel safe, but it comes at the cost of limiting our potential. It creates a life of mediocrity, where we settle for less than we are truly capable of. Fear of failure is often the main reason people play small. We are taught to have a safety net, to always have a backup plan in case things don't go well. This mentality can prevent us from taking bold action, pursuing our passions fully and without hesitation. As Denzel Washington once said, "If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall on anything but my faith. I want to fall forward." Falling forward means taking risks, embracing uncertainty, and knowing that even if you fail, you're still getting closer to success. The importance of risk. Lessons from icons. Taking risks is more than an abstract concept. It is a tangible and necessary action to achieve greatness. History is filled with examples of people who took risks, failed, and ultimately succeeded in ways that changed the world. Take Reggie Jackson, who missed more than 2,600 shots in his career, but is still remembered for his home runs. Or Thomas Edison, who conducted 1,000 failed experiments before finally inventing the light bulb. Their failures are overshadowed by their successes, but it is important to note that without their willingness to risk failure, those successes would never have been possible. This is true not just in sports and science. It applies to the entire world. For example, in the entertainment industry, actors like Denzel Washington faced countless rejections and failures early in their careers. Denzel himself recalls a particularly humiliating audition where his inability to sing led to his rejection. However, he did not let that failure define him. Instead, he used it as motivation to keep going, to prepare for the next opportunity. Decades later, he won a Tony Award for a performance at the same theater where he failed. His story illustrates that failure is not the opposite of success, but an important part of it. Failure, a stepping stone to success. One of the most profound insights about failure is that it is inevitable. There is no path to success that does not include missteps, setbacks, and moments of failure. In fact, failure is often the most powerful teacher we have. When we fail, we learn what doesn't work. We build resilience, and we gain insights that can only come from experience. As Denzel Washington pointed out in his famous commencement speech, "If you're not failing, you're not even trying." Every time we fail, we have a choice. We can let it defeat us, or we can use it as motivation to keep moving forward. This is the essence of failing forward. It's about realizing that failure is not a stop sign. It's a stepping stone. Every failure brings you one step closer to success, as long as you're willing to learn from it. This mindset is important because it helps us reframe failure as something positive, something to be embraced rather than feared. It shifts our focus from avoiding failure at all costs to actively seeking out opportunities that challenge us, pushing us beyond our current capabilities and comfort zones. The graveyard of potential, a powerful metaphor. A powerful metaphor for unfulfilled potential comes from motivational speaker Les Brown. He asks us to imagine ourselves lying on our deathbeds, surrounded by the ghosts of all the talents, ideas, and abilities we never realized. These ghosts stand around us disappointed because they came to us for a reason to be realized. But because of fear, because we did not take risks or accept failure, they must now go to the grave with us, unrealized and unfulfilled. This haunting image serves as a wake-up call. It asks us to consider what we are leaving on the table in our lives. Are we living fully, taking risks, and using our talents, or are we playing small, afraid of failure? The world needs your gifts, your ideas, your abilities. The world needs you to take risks, to fail, to move forward, to reach your potential. The world needs you. The message of failing to move forward is especially important today. The world is facing unprecedented challenges, from poverty to climate change, from political unrest to public health crises. As Denzel Washington has noted, the world needs a lot, and we need it from you, whether you are a business professional, a nurse, a sociologist, or a theologian. Your skills and talents are needed now more than ever. Are afraid of failure. It needs bold, courageous individuals who are willing to take risks, step outside their comfort zones, and try new things, even if they may fail in the process. The problems we face today require creative solutions, and the creativity that comes from people who are willing to experiment, fail, and try again until they succeed. What will you do with what you have? One of the most important questions we can ask ourselves is, what will I do with what I have? This question is not just about the amount of money or material resources you have. It is also about your time, talents, energy, and passions. What will you do with the gifts you have been given? Will you play small, be afraid to take risks and fail? Or will you embrace the idea of failure and move forward, viewing each failure as an opportunity to learn and grow? The choice is yours, but remember this: you will never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. You cannot take your possessions with you when you die. It is not what you have, but what you do with them that matters. Ultimately, success is not about never failing. It is about learning to fail and move forward. It is about taking risks, stepping out of your comfort zone, and viewing each failure as a stepping stone to success. Whether in your career, relationships, or personal growth, the key to reaching your full potential is not to avoid failure, but to accept it as a natural and necessary part of the journey. So as you move forward in life, remember this: you will fail. You will fall. But when you fall, don't let your fear or doubt hold you back. Move forward to the next opportunity. If you find this article interesting, please leave a comment.